So now you might be thinking to yourself, ExandShadow, why some lame rant on Glee or overhyped Halloween special? That doesn't make any sense. And well, my response to that is simple. Glee scares me and Halloween is scary. There you go. You think that explanation sucks? Too bad. Anyway, if you've been following me for a while, you might remember my review on the music sung in Glee. For the majority of you who probably haven't been following me for a while, I'll summarize it quickly. I think the singing in this show is mediocre. Granted, it's not ear-bleedingly terrible, but I'd listen to the original versions of these songs any day of the week. Anyway, I need to make an apology about that video. In it, I assumed that the actual show part of the show was crap without watching it, and that was wrong. I always try to make a point of being as neutral as possible, so saying that the show part of Glee sucked without actually watching it was a major no-no for me. But anyway, I have now actually watched some episodes of Glee, half a season to be exact. Now, I can't exactly say that it's good by any means, but like the music, it's tolerable. However, I'm not going to give the music a free pass here. It is still mediocre to listen to, and it's even worse when you have the video to go with it. The lip syncing is bad. I mean, really bad. I'm talking Sonic Adventure 2 at its worst most of the time. You don't know how distracting it is to see someone singing but having the words not match up with the sounds. It's incredibly irritating, and even on the occasion where the music is synced, you can still tell by the sound quality that they're just playing a recording. It just sounds fake, and it completely ruins any sort of immersion that you could expect to get out of the experience. But I'll admit it, Glee can occasionally be kind of a little funny. I was honestly shocked at how often I was laughing while watching, almost to the point of it scaring me. However, even though I was laughing, there was a part of me that knew that this stuff wasn't A-grade comedy material. The writing in the show is far from sophisticated, and when it comes to jokes, it rarely gets any more creative than stereotypes and shock value. However, I will give credit where credit is due, and for what it's worth, I got a few laughs out of Glee, and I was even laughing with the show instead of laughing at it a few times. Honest. So now you might be thinking to yourself, if the singing is tolerable and the show can be funny on occasion, that must mean it's good, right? Well, no, not really. I'd be lying if I said the show has no redeeming qualities, but shit with a scoop of ice cream on top is still shit. What really makes the show suffer are the characters and the storylines revolving around them. They suck. Each character on the show is a stereotype, and they're all stereotypes we've seen before. However, there are three characters that stick out in my mind as being incredibly irritating. First off, we've got Finn, who is pretty much the main character on the show, unfortunately. He's captain of the football team and also star singer in the Glee Club. He's adored by everyone and has no negative values except for the occasional idiot moment. Oh boy, we're already off to a great start. First off, just looking at him, it's hard to imagine why everyone in this school likes him so much. He's not really that good looking. And it's also established that the football team is shit, and he's only really a great singer in the reality of the show. In the real world, he lacks any sort of energy or passion in his singing. So really, we've got a character here who everybody loves and says is so great, but he just lacks anything special about him. And then there's Rachel. I really hate Rachel. You know that person who thinks that they're way better than what they really are? The one who constantly needs the spotlight, who always needs to be the center of attention, and the one who is just extremely grating to listen to? That's Rachel. Now, having a character start off like that and learn to be a better, more tolerable person would actually be a decent example of character development. But instead, we are expected to sympathize with Rachel when she gets picked on by the legions of bullies in the school. Guess what? I don't, because she's annoying as hell. In the end, she's probably the worst singer on the show, too. But she's given solos left and right. I just hate listening to her talk and sing. Her voice is like a power drill to my skull. And last but not least, we've got Kurt. Oh boy, Kurt. Kurt has exactly one character trait. He's gay, and that's about it. Now, I'll make it clear right now, I don't care if you're straight or gay. Hell, I don't care if you're a furry or even if you are sexually attracted to rocks. I look at personality first and foremost, and I have to say that Kurt is not a likable character in the slightest. He's a dick. He likes Finn, of course, but every character in this goddamn show has a crush on him, so that's not really worth much. But the stuff that he does to try to get to him is just insane. He actively tries to sabotage Finn's relationships, but even though that never works, that doesn't stop Kurt from hitting on him every single second of the day, and he also hits on every other guy in the entire school, too, so whatever. But the worst part about it, though, is that he uses the fact that he's gay as a shield. Oh, I'm gay, so you can't not like me. I hate that. You're different, that's fine, but don't use that as an excuse for why you're not a good person. But the sad thing is that Glee can actually put forward some decent character arcs when it wants to. Characters like Puck, the bully with some actual fucking redeemable values, or Sue, the evil cheerleading coach who acts as sister with a mental disease, are surprisingly well done and effective. But no, they don't get any screen time, do they? We need to see more of Finn and Rachel because they're totally the best part of the show, right? It just frustrates me how this could have been a good show. I mean, I'm a member of my school's drama club. This show is geared towards people like me. But instead we get a show that's mediocre with singing that's mediocre. It's watchable mediocrity, mind you, but mediocrity nonetheless. Now, if you'll go excuse me, I have Law and Order to watch. I forgot what good TV felt like for a minute.